5:15 into the race. Coming down this straightaway is Concord. Looks like they're passing off to their final leg. Next from Winnicott. Closely followed by Nashua South and Bishop Girton. Souhegan with their final exchange. Concord still with the lead over Winnicott as they come onto the straight. And we hear the bell. Last lap for Concord.
Hey, wait, she's coming. Come on, let's get going.
Winnicott still about 10 meters back of Concord. Looks like that gap is closing ever so slightly as she does pick up the pace. Closing that gap, looks like it might be about even onto this turn. See if she tries to go around now or waits till we get to the stretch. About stride back. Concord still in the lead, Winnicott at second. And coming on to the straight now, looks like we might have a decent looking finish. Winnicott pulling out very closely. Concord still edging. Winnicott, I believe, takes that win from our perspective. So Winnicott, Concord. BG trying to finish strong, followed by South. Early start today here at the Dome as we see Souhegan's finisher. Couple last second instructions. Guns up. And they're off. This is your boys 4x2 relay, that 2 being 2 laps here at the Dome. This event's a little bit more similar to a 4x800. I guess you could say it's a mix of a 4x8 and a 4x4. I believe that's Concord out to a strong start. As the meet progresses, we'll see about getting another camera angle for you at the far stretch. But first lap coming through, 44-45.
Stay strong, Murph.
Concord North, Merrimack, Winnicott, Nashua South, BG.
Concord pushing pretty hard. They got probably 15 meters over the rest of the field. Got the first handoff coming up. And Concord will hand off in first. Looks like they maintain that gap pretty good on the second lap. Handing off about 134, the line.
Distance they're running is about 610 meters.
So 134, pretty fast through 600, or over 600 actually.
Well, is Concord right away? Still is. 3 laps in.
That's it, John. Dig. Come on, John. Finish it. All right,
BG South.
This is the second handoff to the third leg. Come through just over 310. So like 313, 314 at the line for Concord out in front.
Here we go, Liam.
Still with a decent gap. Looks like it's getting a little closer though. I think that's South in second, closing that gap. All right, still Concord, but BG moves up into second, battling with South.
Hey, big and smooth, Liam. Big and smooth.
Pretty good battle for second there, with Concord still strongly in the lead.
We gotta close this. Use your arm. Come on.
That is the final handoff. Concord's still well out in the lead.
There you go, Sammy. Run smart,
Concord got about 7 seconds on second, which is South, followed by BG in third. And we have a pack coming through of North Winnicunnet. And then Merrimack. Concord, 1 lap to go. Obviously the split's not really making too much sense right now since this is a bit of a unusual distance. So Concord actually putting on a even stronger lead over that last lap. But second still up for grabs with BG and South fighting it out. Looks like BG is pulling away. About 150 to go for them. Here's Concord on the final stretch. Gonna take the win pretty easily here, just cruising on in. About 6:24. And then BG second. South fades a little bit, but stays in third. We have Winnicunnet coming through. Merrimack, and then North also coming down the final stretch. At just over 130 for the winning splits. All right, coming around the corner, we have, I believe, is the girls 3K. Starting on the opposite side of the track. This race could be pretty interesting. These top two going out hard. And first is Souhegan's Chloe Trudell, followed by BG's MK Finn. Both had great cross seasons a few months ago. So Trudell out in front setting the pace with Finn following up behind her. Looks content just to follow along with that pace that Trudell is setting. No reason to make too many moves early. You still got about 10 minutes of running left at this point, so see how things play out. And we just heard the call for the boys 3,000 meter, which will be up right after these ladies finish. Once again, if you're looking for splits, this track is just over 300 meters long. It's about 305, which kind of throws things off for trying to time people's splits, but still Chloe and Mary Kate just running nice and smooth together. Chloe out in front setting the pace, but MK right behind her just hanging on for the ride. Both look pretty comfortable. Is little before halfway through the race. So they're not straining too much yet. But I think we're getting to that point where we might see one of them try to make a move. Either Chloe surge from the front or MK try to surge past her. Although maybe we'll see her just hang on for as long as she can. Let Chloe do all the work out in front. Pretty common strategy in these distance races. Looks like the official signaling 3 to go. It's like Trudell putting a slight gap on. She's got about 5 meters on Finn as of right now. So putting in a slight surge. With just over 600 to go right now. So the equivalent in outdoor of pushing with 600 to go is the opposite stretch. With a lap and a half to go. So great time to make the move. Good racing from Trudell. But MK Finn still hanging right on her. Now there is a gap forming, but not too quickly. So both those girls should have some pretty fast times. And with Trudell coming through the line now, we have 1 to go. About 300 meters left. And there was the bell. So both these girls on pace to run about low to mid 10s. The equivalent to about 11:30 and 32. So quite good times, especially for indoor track. And on a track that is almost one solid turn the entire way around. All right, so there is Trudell coming through the line. Just under 10:30 with MK Finn coming in about 10 seconds behind her. And this is third place. In just over 11 minutes. Excuse me, that was fourth actually, Sauhegan. Third was Concord.
And here comes BG down the stretch. Finish it up right around that 12:06 as we see pause on the clock.
That does it for the women's field of the 3K. Have the men's lining up on the opposite side.
Can see them through a couple of nets. And they're off. Still a bit grouped up there. As is expected, 15-20 seconds into the race, but we do have Concord out in front, followed by BG.
These guys fighting it out all cross-country season, just like the top runners in the girls' race as well. So right back at it in indoor.
A little bit different feel on this track especially. But it looks like those top three kind of breaking away just a little bit, widening that gap. That is Nate Fondakowski out in front, followed closely by Zachary Hooper. I believe third right now is Matt Giardina from BG. Fondakowski coming in with seed time 9:06. Hooper 9:31. Again, you take those times however you want. They were all, as far as I know, done at this track. You can see those two have a considerable lead now as they come on to the final straight away. Except it's not quite final for them. They still got a ways to go.
That 9:30 for Hooper is not quite representative of what he can do, judging by his cross season. Like I said, him battling it out with Fondakowski most of the season.
And Fondakowski does pull away quite a bit right there. If you're looking for any results, previous or upcoming, I can't tell you the upcoming ones, but the previous ones you can find at northstartiming.com. They've got live results as well as the start lists, which I just got to update on my phone. Fondakowski coming down the straight. Can see he has put a little bit of that gap on Hooper. Might be able to hear that camera snapping some pictures. We will have plenty of pictures from today. A couple of photographers here, although one of them is supposed to be working camera right now. Allowing us to get those splits. And taking a look, Fondakowski all alone. Once again, that lap time looking pretty good. That distance growing with each lap.
Yeah, Fondakowski out in front should be at about 2K once he goes around this corner, just under.
Have to imagine this is a pretty weird track to run on. I've never run on it more than one lap in a workout, and I wasn't an athlete then, so you know how hard I was going on that lap.
I've run here a couple times, never raced, but during workouts, and kind of just feels like one big corner. Just pretty much turning the entire time.
Quick shout out to Chad Politician, who often follows our live events. Asked a great question. Nate is popping off. I'd be hard to disagree at this point.
Yeah, he looks real strong. Got quite a lead.
And with it, we can see this entire group is getting pretty strung out. Meaning we're going to get a little bit of lap traffic here, which can be good and bad. On this track, though, I don't know if I'd want it all too much. I guess it's kind of always a turn, but kind of always a straightaway. Definitely a unique feeling. Usually you can utilize it to kind of reel in people and help pick them off that way, but right now when Nate's got to pass him on that turn, it's just adding a little bit of distance to his race.
Yeah, I mean, you see him going around those guys on the very outside of lane 2, so you know, it's small, but it adds up over the course of so many laps.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the last time we're going to be seeing him do that, so.
And just part of running indoor relay.
Picking your moments.
Well, this track actually longer than your typical indoor track, so you're actually getting less passing than you would at, say, UNH or Dartmouth.
We just heard the bell for Nate. So he's looking at a pretty good time. Once again, he comes into it at 9:08. He should beat that.
I think he's got definitely a shot at under 9. We'll see how well he can close here. He's coming around onto the last straightaway at 8:45. Line in sight. He should do it. Gonna be close though.
He's just having fun with it. And there you go, your winner, Nate Fondakowski. I'm going to go ahead and say that was just under 9. Of course, the clock you're seeing on screen as well as that clock in the background, both are unofficial times. It's always pretty impressive to me when you see someone running kind of solo like that.
All right, so second and third now through. Got the two BG boys going 1-2.
So Nate and Matt. So you said you've run here before. Do you remember how the air is in here?
I was actually surprised it wasn't bad. I didn't really notice a difference running in here. It was, I'm trying to think, probably 7 years ago at this point. So my memory might not be too good, but I don't remember having any issues with it. It's quite a bit bigger than, say a UNH, so I think that just definitely helps.
Sure. A little bit different shape to it as well. So as you can see, we got our hurdles coming up next. And it looks like our heats, we have 3 of them, are seated with our premier athletes towards the end. So we're going slow to fast today. And I believe all of these are final. So they'll go ahead, take 4 at a time, and put all those times together. Looks like in this first heat we do have Sophia of BG, Morgan of Concord, Anissa of Merrimack, and Holly of Manchester Memorial. That'd be in lanes 1 through 4. 1 being that inside lane, so on the right side we can see BG wearing 1 right there in yellow. And we have the pleasure of these ladies running right at us. Bob Mullen gave me a little bit heads up earlier that in the boys' races we might get a little close encounter. Just got a message from Coach Cox, says it looks a little crooked. We are on a banked turn. Try and get the tripod a little bit more level for you. I'm just happy I don't have everything sliding off the table.
Now, how did you get your table? Looks pretty level.
I wouldn't quite say that. Looks like we do have a white flag, so I imagine a start should be happening. Looks like we've got first heat in their blocks, or at least two of them. And they're off. First heat of the girls, 55-meter hurdles. Coming at us, lane 1, Sophia 2, Morgan 3, Anissa. And it does look like Morgan of Concord is going to take that one right around that 10-second mark. Hard to tell. If you want to know the exact finish of it, head over to northstartiming.com where they have all the live results from today. Heat number 2 now in view. Lane 1, that is Caroline of BG. Lane 2 is McKenna of Keene, and 3 has Brooke of BG. Looks like 4 is going to be empty for this one again. These 3 are in their blocks.
It's pretty even.
Yeah, that's a hard one to call from this angle.
Yeah, those ladies looked identical over every hurdle.
Nice job to those girls. Brings us to section 3, heat 3. In lane 1, we've got Heidi of BG. 2 is Kaylee of Merrimack. 3, Ortiz of Nashua South. And 4, Muller of Concord. So again, this is our fastest heat, although times compared to last heat, pretty common, pretty similar. I'll be pretty happy if we get another close finish like that. Ladies in their blocks, gun is up, set, and they're off. Final heat. Well, pretty close there as well. And we can hear those hurdles clicking as they are setting them up for the boys' height. Just like the girls, we're going to see 3 heats of the boys, slow to fast.
Spy some merch over there. Shout out.
Yeah, I know when I was coming in the building, I saw a lot of shirts, so that one is a cross-country one. I want to say from a couple of years ago, maybe?
I think 3 years ago at this point.
3 years ago. And once again, all of these results can be found at northstartiming.com. Just linked it there for you in the chat.
got a white flag.
In this first heat, we have Anch of Nashua South, Cole of Sauhegan, and Nathan of Merrimack. 1, 2, and 3. We can see they are in the blocks, set, and they're off. And that is South taking the win. Coming up, Heat 2. In lane 1, Tyler of Merrimack Valley. 2 is Michael of Merrimack. 3 is Eric of Winnicott. And 4 is Ryan of Memorial. All 4 of these guys, seat time separated by less than half a second. As we get that white flag, we should be looking for a pretty good race. One of the things we look for with hurdles is nice smooth form, not a lot of head movement. Should kind of stay nice and level the whole way through. Doesn't mean that's what we always get. So we see 3 of them utilizing blocks. And they're off. And that looks like it's Eric of Winnicott taking that heat. Going into our final heat of hurdles. Lane 1, we've got Samuel of Merrimack. 2 is Rory of South. 3 is Bryce from Memorial. And 4 is Brady from Winnicott. All these guys come in with seed times under 10 seconds. In fact, 3 of them under 9. So might see a little bit change of pace here. White flag's up. See our starter in red, just grab the gun, put it up in the air. First command's been given, on your marks. See these guys back into the blocks. Never want to go straight down into them. And they're off. Close one between Rory Olson and Bryce. Rory with the fastest seed time coming into it. And we'll see the hurdles being cleared away as it is time for our dash action. Similar to the hurdles, we'll have 3 sections of each. First section on the women's side features 2 athletes, Allie of Keene and Lena of Concord. Their seed time separated by 0.05 of a second. And with any luck, they won't run into us. Well, we have this time. Once again, this is NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runner's Alley. This meet is the Dome Championship of sort, hosted by Bishop Girton. Timing today, as you can see, is North Star timing. You can check out their website right now for all these live results. A little air horn action, getting excited in here. Got a white flag, gun is up, both ladies in their blocks. And they're off. As expected with seed times like that coming into it, very close race, especially from this angle. Guess I could call winners a 50-50 shot.
It's pretty hard to call winners when you're looking at them straight on, though.
If we end up here again, something tells me I might put a camera right on that finish line. Well, section 2, we have Hope of Winnicott, Ava of Concord, Caroline of Concord, and Emma of Souhegan. That is lanes 1 to 4, 1 being on the inside portion of the track, meaning your right side of the screen. First command given. Again, you see them back into the blocks. A lot of that's to help kind of alleviate any potential issues. If you just drop down into it, you're going to feel nice and cramped in there and could actually set yourself up to straining a muscle. As they're off. I believe that was Ava of Concord winning it from lane 2. Came in with the fastest seed time of that section as we move into heat number 3. Kaylee of Merrimack, Soraya of Nashua South in 2, Brayswell from South in 3, and Sophia from BG Bishop Girton out in 4. 3 of the 4 have seed times under that 8-second mark. Our third and final section, 55-meter dash for these ladies. Looks like Soraya Ross of South.
Y'all are so reliable. Love you.
And this brings us to our first section on the boys' side of things. In Heat 1, we have Noah of Memorial. Lane 2 is Michael of South. 3 is Jace from Souhegan. And in Lane 4, Jason of Bishop Girton. Again, this is our New Hampshire Dome Championship. Heat's running slow to fast. All these seed times are under 7:25 as the first section gets into their blocks. A couple of these boys pretty fired up for this. Can't say I blame them. Absolutely tough season this year, and they're making the most of it. In this heat, we have Quinn of Concord, Alex of BG, Stephen of Memorial, and Tyler of Merrimack. Overall winner for the girls' side of things was Ross from South in 7.51. Sounds like from the coach that was a PR. These boys are off. Another close one. And as we come into section 3 of the boys, all our seed times under that 7-second mark. In lane 1, going right to left, so we've got Chris of Keene, Seth Bayless of Merrimack Valley, Tony of Souhegan, and Jacques of Concord. Seth Bayless with the number 1 time coming into this. Seed time 6.72. He is who I'm most concerned about because he comes in with a lot of speed, and he's going to come right crashing for Davio. White flag is up. Good start from all the guys. Pretty close, but it does look like Bayless of MV does take that one, continuing some of his success that we saw from last year.
Camera still intact.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Mullen was talking about. We were pretty safe there. Taking a look at order of events, we do have a 1,000 meter coming up next. And we can see they're starting pretty much where that 55 started, just a little ways back. Official results from that, Seth Bayless did win it at 6.66. Second, Tony Asauhegan, 6.85. Third, Chris of Keene, 6.86. Fourth, Michael of South. And fifth, Jacques of Concord. Lastly, sixth from Memorial is Steven. All those top times under 7 seconds. Taking a look at this girls' 1,000 meter. Our top seed coming in is Fiona Doherty of BG. Her seed time is a 3:01. Second, Chloe Trudell-Sauhegan. Something tells me she's going to try and make that a pretty good race, although she had a pretty good race earlier. Third, Sophia of Keene. Fourth, Carson of Winnicott. Fifth, Abby of Keene. Sixth, Aaron of North. Seventh, Shay of BG, as well as Mia from BG.
We got Doherty up front, taking it hard.
It is 1,000 meters. I think she knows that Trudell has something already in her legs. Try and capitalize that by going out quick. Makes sense to me. That is quite the lead this early, though.
It does seem like she's pushing pretty hard for this first lap. But we'll see how that turns out. Once again, Chloe already running the 3K, so coming back to the 1,000 isn't the easiest double.
Doherty off that turn. Looks like she might be trying to settle in now with her pace. And we can see that pack and back, kind of a little bit of separation here and there. Some people partnered up a little bit. Still lead over 30, 40 meters or so.
Gonna have one lap to go after this straight. So she's looking probably right around 3 flat pace again.
And there's our bell, about 2:08. And about 2:13, so 5-second difference right now between 1 and 2.
Great job, Carson. Keep those arms involved. Last lap.
Lead looks slightly bigger from our last lap. And once again, our leader, Fiona Doherty of BG, our top seed coming into today. Her seed time, 3:01.97.
Strong race from her, just right from the gun, takes it.
Yeah, she came in with a plan, knew what she wanted to do, and executed pretty well.
So Chloe putting on a pretty good surge here on that last lap. Not enough to catch her. The gap was too big, but.
So Doherty with the win there, not her best time, but still pretty happy. Again, this is kind of a championship of the dome meets that we've had.
Come on, Carson!
And Trudell with a nice time off that 3K double.
Come on,
Sophia of Keene crossing that line, followed by Carson of Winnicott. It'll be Aaron Sung of Nashua North. Abby Martin of Keene. And then we've got Mia and Shay from BG to finish things up. Boys now on the track on the far corner. Number 1 seed coming into this, Torn Kindop of Keene with its seed time of 2:36.54. Second, Josh Riffers, BG, 2:46.46. So we can see about 10 seconds between the top two. After that, we've got Juo from South, Deshaun from North, Ian from Keene, David from Merrimack, Carson, BG, Jonathan of Concord, Jeffrey of North, Kenneth of North, and Michael of Sauhegan. And we officially have the call from Chad Politician, who is saying Trudell will indeed Triple Crown during the spring as the boys' race is underway. Saw Doherty kind of take it out pretty hard in that last race. Kindop in front right now with Josh Rivers on his shoulder.
Torn coming off that tough divisional cross-country win. Actually was fighting injury and bad weather and came out on top.
This guy's all coming, got 2 laps to go from here. Take a look at our final results from the girls' side of things. It was Doherty with the win in 3:06.34. Trudell closed that gap a little bit, finishing in 3:10. Sophia of Keene, we saw a third, 3:19. Carson with 3:25. Aaron, 3:28. And Abby, a 3:35.87 to finish off our point scores. Top 6 athletes in each event do score. First place gets you 10, second for 8, third is 6, fourth is 4, fifth is 2, and sixth place gives 1 point. And in a lot of meets, 1 point certainly does mean quite a lot. Bell lap here. Kindop.
Torn absolutely running away from everybody.
Seat time coming in 2:36.54. That might be a little bit of a challenge for him to get. But he did pick up that pace. And he's already coming on that last turn. Onto the straightaway. 2022 Hampshire Dome Championship, 1,000 meters for the boys. We've got our winner, Torn Kindop of Keene.
About 2:37 for him.
So pretty close to his seed time. Should be happy with that win.
Yeah, I mean that's a really impressive 1,000 time.
Pretty good looking finish right there from Josh and Juo. And we're starting to get a few bodies in front of us, which tells me we've got the 600 coming up next. Girls 600 broken up into 2 heats. each heat having 6 girls.
Emily.
You can see in this first heat, Clifford of Winnicott, fastest time for the heat. Rebecca of South, Emily of South, Rebecca of Keene, Tina of North, as well as Kala of North.
These starts in the 600 is going to be pretty important. You know, you only have 2 lanes, so the start line's a little crowded. Definitely want to get out as well as you can.
Yeah, and I think key too is getting out cleanly. I don't really want to get tripped up. 600, so not a ton of track time to pass anyone, but you do have a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's such a short race. Like, you know, you really want to be in position from the gun. You know, the 3K, if you get bumped out a little bit, it's not a huge deal. You got plenty of time, but not so much in the 6.
Looks like Rebecca of South kind of got out there pretty good. She had the first step or 2. Her seed time, 1:58.77. Clifford, top seed in this section, 1:57.30. So those two could be pretty close, although it looks like we're a little bit stretched out at the beginning here. And it is still Rebecca in the lead, showing just how important it is to get that first foot or 2 out strong.
I mean, now if anyone wants to pass her, they're going to be running an extra distance, so definitely an advantage.
Pretty honest pace right now. You can tell these girls are a little bit tired as well. Still Rebecca Hiscock in first. Although that gap has closed considerably, and it looks like there might be a pass there as they come around the turn.
I believe that's Winnicott moving into first. Yep.
Yeah, Clifford of Winnicott. Worked her way up pretty smartly.
Go, Matry.
And gets an absolutely great time compared to her seed. That was about a 1:53 or so about a 4-second PR on the season.
A smart race from her. Got out well, but let everyone else kind of set the pace and then just finished hard.
All right, in this second section of 2, the faster of them. In lane 1 with our top seed of the day, Kylie from Winnicott, 1:38.67. Lane 2, we've got Hannah of Keene. 3 is Whitney of Concord. 4 is Elizabeth of BG. 5th is Emma Sauhegan, and in wearing number 6 is Erin of Sauhegan. So our fastest seed is in lane 1. However, it doesn't necessarily go in order like that, although I take that back. It didn't for the last heat. This heat it does. And they're off.
Just back up for me. Thank you.
Trying to film. Sorry. Guys, step back.
Well, I'd say pretty close at this point. Does look like that might be Hannah out in front, though, Keene. Get a better picture here as they come on. And it is indeed Hannah Shepard of Keene. Followed closely by Kylie of Winnicott.
Quinlan, sit on us.
These two look like they're racing a little bit. Leading the next little group that was Elizabeth White of BG.
Looks like it's going to be pretty close coming around the last turn.
I've seen a lot of passes right at this point. I think that might be the strategy, as it looks like that's her call of it.
Yeah, she got her on that back turn.
Seen a lot of passes there as Kylie of Winnicott comes to the finish line. Top time of the day on the girls' side. About a 1:44 or so. You want that exact time? Go to northstartiming.com. Got all our live results for today.
And good racing from the Winnicott girls today.
Boys on the track.
Playing it very smart.
First seed of boys taking the track now. In lane 1 with the fastest seed of this group is Clifford from South. Lane 2 is Matt of Concord. Wearing 3 is Jasper of Winnicott. 4, David of Merrimack. 5, Tyler of Merrimack. And 6, Bishop of MV, Merrimack Valley. Looks like we're missing a couple. Oh, there they are. Just missing one of them. So David of Merrimack looks like is a scratch.
Oh, got a red flag all of a sudden.
Yeah, better that than 5 seconds into it.
I was in a 3K one time. We started 4 times.
It's amazing sometimes. It just works that way. And there we go. First section of boys is underway. Official winner on the girls' side was Kylie of Winnicott at 1:44.01. See these boys. Looks like Concord is in lead. It'll be Matt Lavoie.
Come on, Cliff, all you got. Let's go. Right on it.
Quite a race right there for third, or between 2 and 3, I should say. And coming on to that final straightaway, looks like it could almost be a 3-person race here. What do you think? That looked like it could have been Jasper of Winnicott just edging him out.
I believe so, but pretty close. Very hard to tell from this angle.
And with that, we'll make our way into section 2 of 2. Faster of the 2 sections. We'll see in lane 1, wearing number 1 is O'Keefe of Bishop Girton. His seed time, 1:35.2. Number 2, Nolan of Sauhegan. 3 is Sebastian of Bishop Girton. 4, Peyton of Winnicott. And 5, Alex of Nashua South. So our top seed of these 5 is 1:30. Our 5th seed is a 1:32. There's 2 seconds separating all these guys. We should get a pretty close race right now.
Good. Run faster, because you know I'm still pretty fast. I'll start at 1:50.
They take their mark. And looking like a pretty clean start for them.
I'm actually kind of surprised how clean these starts have been.
Absolutely. You can see they're still bunched up pretty well. Just means as they come around that corner, could still be anyone in it. O'Keefe wearing number 1 with the lead, going into Bell at 44. A little bit of separation now as the boys kick it up another notch.
It looked like O'Keefe really put the hammer down after coming across the line on that lap, but everyone went right with him.
Still holding on to it, although he definitely has some company here. He is first around that turn. Again, Sean O'Keefe, BG, currently in first.
And he takes it right around 130.
Which is right about where we expected all these guys to be.
Tight race.
Sorry, you never hear me use that language. PR, baby. That's a PR for you. My life touches the road.
Next event on the track is the 300 meters.
Right up here, ladies.
300 meters starting right about here.
L1, Isabel 2, Emily 3.
So with the 300 and it being 2 lanes, looks like our first section is a little, there we go, looks like we might have combined a couple of sections. Ellie from Souhegan, Isabel from Concord, and South's Emily. 3 runners in this race.
It's got to be a little odd for these girls having someone in your lane in the 300.
Pretty close as they get to this back turn. You can hear the excitement pick up in the building just a little bit with this.
Like South on the outside.
All right, girls, next play.
She's done.
It looks like we'll have 2 girls to a heat from here on out.
On that inside lane, be Caroline of BG. Outside is Nevia of South.
They're pretty close. BG made up the stagger. Has a slight lead plus the turn.
And it does look like as they come down that final stretch that Caroline of Bishop Girton will take this one. Looks like we have Kaylee of Merrimack in lane 1. And if we pan over to the left slightly, we should be able to see in the starter. I lied. In lane 2, we have Nadia of Concord. Gun is up. Good start. These turns are banked ever so slightly. And they're pretty quick turns, too. I imagine you have to cut your stride just a little bit if you have a longer one. And Kaylee of Merrimack taking that one. In this next section of girls, we've got Mia from Nashua South in lane 1, Ella from Concord in lane 2. Good looking start from them. Little look back over the shoulder. Although it didn't impact the result of that individual heat. Mia of South taking it. And it looks like we do have our
Noah from PG and Aiden from Nashua North. Right over there.
final heat here. A little south versus north action. Ross representing south. Tavares representing north. Quick start from Tavares. Ross looking like they're ramping up a little bit more. see in the chat a little bit of a conversation about wearing spikes on this track. If it were me, I would absolutely have some spikes in, especially on those turns. At the very least, you got to have some flats going. And that was Soraya of South winning it.
Stop it! No way! No way! You're kidding! No! No way! You're kidding! Oh my god! Soraya, you're the love of my life. We love you, Soraya. I can't process what just happened. And waffles. Girl, with a sad-looking start.
Soraya with the winning time, 43.93. Tavares, 44.68 for second. Kaylee for third with 44.96. As our first heat of boys is underway. Yeah, pretty close race. These guys get a little bit tight at the end. These two are off. Working on getting a start list.
No wonder you had a rough race in Boston. Like the East Coast. Everybody was like, I need to run up a few soccer games.
Calvin and Michael, come on down.
Tell you, the track being a little bit longer than 300 meters, I am glad that they're trimming it down to an actual 300. That was painful enough for me.
I don't think I've raced anything shorter than a 4. I think I'd take the extra 5 meters. Might help.
Got Winnicott and South running here. Pretty close looking race between these two. Coming across that final turn.
Wait, please tell me you got it. Yeah. I thought it was running along for a second.
Nice finish.
Good job, Michael. Go, Keith.
Let's go, Keith!
A little bit of bounce from South there. South in lane 1, Sauhegan in lane 2. And that is quite a gap at this point. I think that's the largest gap we've seen in a 300. See if he can hold on for the last straightaway. Sauhegan taking it.
Go, Rory!
Got Keen in lane 1, South in lane 2. Follow them all the way around. Looks like a very close race at this point. Keen edging it out. And that looks to conclude our 300 meters. Next we have our 1500 meters, our last individual race of the day, and then we finish it off with a 4x1 lap relay. That is 1 lap. Again, this meet is scored. If you're looking for those results, you can go to northstartiming.com. See all of these live results.
There, we got the white flag up, so I believe these leaders are just getting commands on the line.
My knees is 40-52, 40-52, and then 40-70.
On the girls' side of things, looks like team-wise, Bishop Girton in the lead with 64 points. South in second with 52. Keene in third with 30. On the boys' side of things, we have BG in first with 57. South in second with 46, and Keene in third with 30.
area of South out front. I do believe that's MK right there, taking the lead.
This is the Megan we want to see all
Coming back from that 3K. Running just about 5 flat pace for the full 15. Although it looks like Finn is picking it up a little bit after that first lap, being a little slow for her taste. So MK and Fiona leading it after 2 laps. Have a pretty decent gap on the rest of the field already. And that last lap was a second or 2 faster from those front 2. So definitely looking to pick things up. Running right together, both of them doubling. MK off the 3K and Fiona off the 1,000. Not sure which I'd call the harder double of those two.
Yes, Megan, yes! Come on, Meg! Stay in front of him! You got this! Let's go!
Both pretty tough.
Looks like that first place lead has opened just a little bit. About 3 or 4 seconds, I'd say.
So it's Fiona looking for her second win of the day.
So we get that bell about that 4-minute mark. And again, BG's is just looking at points right now. 1 and 2, that's significant points for the girls.
Fiona's still running strong out in front.
Take a peek over at her, and that gap has definitely increased.
She'll be coming off this corner. Just a couple seconds.
And there she is.
Gonna run just around 5 flat. So kept it pretty even the whole way.
Couple pretty impressive races from her today. Doing what she needs to do, get the job done for her and her team.
And then MK coming in second, so 2 seconds for her today, bringing in a lot of points for BG between those two.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely pretty impressive, those two. You know, both doubling, running hard doubles and going 1-2. All right, as the last of these ladies finish up, we have the boys on the line, getting ready to go.
Hi, sunshine. What do you want today? And whatever it is, keep doing it. I had a banana for breakfast. I did actually. I had salad. Oh yeah, my brother ate when I was in prison, so I had to make a smaller version because those were running late. How's the beef jerky? Okay, that was a weird one.
All right, we do have a red flag from the timers right now.
Less than 2 hours later. 15. And lead. Right?
And that looks like a white flag. And with it, the gun is up. And the boys are off. Again, this is your last individual race of the day. After this, we do have a 4x1 lap race. Pretty good looking start here.
Once again, quite a few more people running the doubles in the distance events.
Pretty usual to see for a 1500, especially a meet like this where there is some awards on the line, some hardware.
And it's kind of a crossover event. You got, your middle distance people come off the 1,000, also people coming off the 3K.
Concord, BG, Concord, BG, a couple of South as well. So that was all Concord and BG up near the front.
You got those two Concord leading the way, and then Nate Fondakowski in third for BG.
Yeah, don't count him out.
I saw him in a strong 3K.
Yeah, those three up top are keeping it pretty tight.
And coming around the corner, I think that's Hooper, who also came off the 3K. Matt of BG was in that as well. So like we said, a lot of people doubling off those distance events. But those top three staying right together and pulling away from the rest of the field.
I tell you, watching these races, it gets me pretty excited for outdoor. Get a few more teams in the mix. A lot of these guys looking pretty strong.
I mean, with some of the performances we saw in cross-country season as well as so far in indoor, I think outdoor track is definitely going to be pretty interesting.
These three continuing to battle up top.
And nobody really making any moves. Seems pretty consistent from those top three. Well, the two Concord boys putting a slight gap on Fondakowski. But he's hanging right in there.
Coming in the bell about 3:18.
So it looks like it's going to be between the two Concord boys out front for the win. So that's Hiltz out in front. See if he can hold on to that lead. It looks like he's actually extending it.
Both Concord boys pulling away.
Great times from them. Low teens. About 4:16 for Nate. And Hooper in fourth. So actually that 1-2 from Concord, I'm not sure if we've seen those guys before today. So that definitely helps with those last couple laps, trying to put a surge on when your legs are fresh.
And as the boys finish up, looks like off in the background, we do have the girls getting ready for the 4x1 lap. Going into our last event of the day, this is again NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runners Alley. Happy to be covering the 2022 Hampshire Dome Championship. This is all teams that competed here throughout the season, or at least those who opted to come today. I know a couple of schools, a little bit of an early start, harder to make it. Had to qualify to get here. And we do have, in picture on the left side, North Star Timing. Giving you all of the results today, northstartiming.com. You can go there, see everything live, including our team scores. Girls team scores updated after that 1500. Bishop Girton now has 83, South with 54, so it looks like BG wins this.
All right, we have the lead-off legs walking up to the line. Going to be a 4x305. Bit of an odd event. So I imagine teams will have a lot of their 300 runners in this race.
Yeah, might as well call this the 300. Definitely an interesting distance. Indoor, we normally have a 4x2 and a 4x4, so we're going to just split the difference with it. Then coming up for outdoor, a 4x1 and a 4x4. Unless you're going to a meet like the Clipper Relays, which sometimes will have some different distances with it. Well, I don't know if they've done a 4x2 recently. These four ladies take the line, one lap. And they're off. Good looking start from South. Want to cut it on the outside. See if they'll try and get in a little bit.
Yeah, once again with 4 runners on the start line in a 2-lane track, it's going to be important to get out. Maybe once things spread out for the rest of the handoffs, you don't necessarily have to worry about that as much, but definitely these lead-off legs You're going to want to get in a good position.
Should have some fun-looking handoffs right here.
Looks like Winnicott handing off first.
Just going to have to cut over a lane a little bit, though. This is going to make things tight. Winnicott South handing off right around that same time, coming over the line at 53 or so.
Yes.
South going out pretty hard.
Running that whole turn in lane 2. So putting some extra distance on the race. But she still puts a gap on Winnicott after that first turn.
Still out in lane 2. I'm wondering if you're supposed to run with that. Although everyone else is in lane 1. Again, I'm new to this track.
Should be able to cut in.
I would imagine so. I don't see any reason why not, especially because her teammates in lane 1 for it.
Yeah, so she's running a little extra during that leg, but still hands off in first.
She wanted to make it a true 310 or something.
We have to be in the next section. Go for
But the third leg,
South
cutting into the
in control, Merrimack, North, and Winnicott. I got to tell you, the only reason I'm running in lane 2 is on those corners just to get out a little bit wider.
Yeah, you could almost kind of take it like a race car driver. Go lane 2 and try to cut the corner a little bit.
Again, when running corners, you always look for that tangent. However, top speed and cutting strides and things, it gets a little bit different as we see South coming in for their final exchange. Clean handoff. All they got to do now is finish.
Should be able to hold on to that, having a pretty decent lead. Like 30 meters over second.
3 and 4 might have a pretty good battle. As we can see South coming in that corner. Still with a commanding lead.
She's got a full straightaway on second.
I'll tell you, on the sprint side of things, South has had a pretty impressive day on the girls' side. And finishes about that 320, 321 mark.
So wins that pretty convincingly. I'll have to see how that time compares to the next heat. It's always hard when you're out in front like that in one of the slower heats. You know, you still want to be running as hard as you can because you're fighting people in the next heat, but obviously you don't have them there in front of you to race.
So it looks like in this second heat we have Bishop Girton, Sauhegan, Concord, and Keene. Pretty fun facility here at the Hampshire Dome. Gun is up. And they're off.
We do have Sauhegan losing the baton right at the beginning.
A little bit of a drop. I didn't quite see what happened.
I think they just kind of clipped each other and might have hit the baton off another runner. Although, after dropping that baton, she is coming right back.
Hey, I tell you, sometimes that adrenaline is going to really help you.
Wow.
Sprint, it's not a terrible thing because it's not like you're going to gas yourself right from the get-go.
Yeah, she had to stop and grab that baton off the ground and was way behind, and then going to be handing off in second.
Although even second's pretty close, I'd say. Yep, first is BG, second is South, third is Keene, and fourth is Concord. Everyone with clean exchanges.
So that was quite a run by Sauhegan's leadoff to put them right back in contention after dropping the baton. And I mean, all day we've been talking about these tight starts on the two-lane track, and this is the first time that actually anybody's had an issue with it. So actually surprisingly clean day in terms of starting.
And coming in for the handoff. BG clearly in first. Sauhegan then Keene, very close. That could switch on this exchange. And it is BG, Keene, Sauhegan.
Top three spreading out a little bit on this leg.
And coming into the final leg of your 4x1 lap, 4x3:05, I think is what we said it was, give or take. Ooh, a little bit rough there. Uh-oh, watch out. BG in first, Keene in second, Concord in third, Sauhegan in fourth. Now a little bit of a shuffle in the back.
It looked like Sauhegan had another issue with that handoff. So I don't know if it's just, you know, crowded handoff zone or if they have some things to work on, but
It looked like there was a little bit of traffic of people not peeling off.
yeah, and definitely that's what it looked like on the first handoff when they dropped it. So just, you know, kind of to be expected if you're, you know, you're starting on a corner with only 2 lanes to work with. So
Absolutely. BG looking to finish this.
So stacking on some more points for their
Followed
team
by
score.
Keene, Concord, and Sauhegan.
Yeah, BG looked strong in pretty much all the events today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've had a few meets here, a lot of time here, and it's definitely shows that they're having a good season because of it. Looked like someone wanted to utilize some blocks and 4 guys on 2 lanes. I don't think that's going to happen today.
Got a soccer ball on the track.
That could be bad.
Good thing there's no race going on. Might turn this into more of an obstacle course.
Yeah, so this soccer team showed up about 9-10 minutes ago as the inside, the turf, can be utilized different than the outside. So still got track action on the outside and might catch a little soccer as well.
Yeah, pretty cool. This facility is a lot of different sports you can utilize it for.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're looking at the practice tees for golf. We've got the turf on the inside, track going around. We do different events here as well at the Hampshire Dome in Milford, New Hampshire.
Yeah, we got field hockey nets set up, some people practicing.
Seen some like kind of weight training classes behind where we are. Whole different type of stuff going on here, and they seem very busy this winter. Good start from the boys as we have our first section.
Clean off the line for these teams.
And our first runners coming into the exchange now.
It's like Merrimack handing off in first. Little hiccup on the exchange, but still got a decent lead.
Yep, followed by Memorial and MV. Quite a lead, in fact. I'd say this race is pretty spread out. We'll see if that helps these exchanges a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we're only halfway through, and it's definitely strung out.
Looks like a couple of these guys surging right at the end. Merrimack passing off in first.
It's like we got everybody through the zone clean.
Memorial, Merrimack Valley, and Nashua North, so quite the gap now.
It looks like that gap actually closed a bit.
Tough
not
exchange.
Not the smoothest handoff from Merrimack, and that lost them the lead.
Memorial now in the front.
Go, Seth, bring it home, kid.
Decent 5 to 10 meter lead there.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much all from the handoff. Didn't change too much.
Yeah, they were pretty close going into it.
Merrimack trying to fight back. Won't get there.
Memorial.
Good example of the importance of handoffs in these relays.
Well, especially on a facility like this. Yeah, it has to be an emphasis. You have to practice it more than you would in a normal outdoor environment. You know, a 4x1, you're doing it in lanes, so you don't have to worry about traffic. 4x4, out again outside. You know, you get a little bit more spread out. Got to stare at them coming at you a little bit longer too. Seeing them come off the turn versus off of 100 might make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, there's not really too much time to figure out what the order is. So it gets a little jumbled in that handoff zone.
Well, it looks like in this race, I do believe this is going to be our last heat of it. Can't get my list to load, but that's just my cell service. We do have Bishop Girton, Sauhegan, Winnicott, and I see some Concord boys in the back. However, I don't see any of them on the line.
Yeah, we just have 3 teams on the line right now.
Oh, yep, Concord, South, and Keene. Looks like we're going to have another section after this one. So we got 3 teams in this one and still more action to come. 3 teams might be a little bit of a advantage, a little less traffic trying to hand off. Good start. BG right in front, followed by Sauhegan and Winnicott.
It is interesting with this traffic. I mean, a lot of these runners, you know, if you run like in outdoor, the 100, the 200, you know, you're probably not used to running with people in your lane or having to go around people to pass them, things like that, if you're used to the shorter sprinting events.
Yeah, especially on the start, too. I mean, you know, we start a traditional indoor 4x2, you're starting off in lanes.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a 4x300 meters, but it's really more of a 4x8 kind of a setup.
And if you watch closely, you've seen this a number of times. A couple of guys will stumble on these corners as that bank can kind of sneak up when you're shoulder to shoulder, as we saw a little bit there. When it kind of taking the lead now.
It is a bit of a quick turn.
Uh-oh. Not sure if they made contact there or just stumbled because of the corner, but definitely looked like something hurt a bit. As we see BG now in the lead. Bishop Girton. Clean looking handoff. Followed by Winnicott Warriors and Sauhegan.
It's also tough, you know, it's such a short distance. You're running a lot faster than you would be than we saw in the relay earlier today. So having people clear the zone is really important when you have people coming through that fast.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to remember to cut off. And just like that, we are entering our final exchange. Bishop Girton in the lead. Winnicott still striking distance, as is Sauhegan. See what these anchors have. Uh-oh. There's almost a collision in the back.
Winnicott trying to catch up to BG. That gap's closing. It's going to come down to this final stretch. Still BG.
BG on the inside, Winnicott on the outside, giving it all they can, making that gap quite a bit closer, but it still looks like BG is going to hold on to win that one. It was a close one.
That was a good leg from Winnicott. Made up a lot of ground, but BG just held him off.
I tell you, it's fun watching these guys finish too. Both finish with smiles on their faces, fist bump each other. They know they had a good race. They feel good about it. All right, in this heat, which I have to imagine is our final heat of the day, we have Keene, South, and Concord. Again, 3 teams. Makes life a little bit easier with those exchanges. And so far, one of the key factors, at least for that lead leg, is who gets kind of to this corner first. So Keene has that inside edge. He's just got to get that step on South, though.
Yeah, if you're on the inside, you really want to get out hard, just because you don't want someone kind of coming across you from lane 2. You know, you have to kind of get a little hiccup in your stride so you don't run into anybody. So you definitely want to make sure you're away clean and that no one's cutting in front of you. You're clipping people's heels.
All right, here we go. Final race of the day. Keene, South, Concord. Boys 4 by 1 lap, about 305 meters or so. Gun is up, and they're off. Oh, Keene with a great looking start. See how wide he has to get with that speed? I mean, that's the thing about a tight corner, is it's always going to pull you to the outside. So if you have to have that stride length in front, as it looks like Concord's coming back on him. Keene outside, Concord inside, cutting his stride a little bit short.
Yeah, it's good to have enough room around you to swing wide off these corners, because even though you're going out into lane 2, it might be faster if you're preserving your momentum
Concord's
instead of
looking to
staying
hand off first.
right tight.
Absolutely. Concord, Keene, South. Again, see him running wide.
Yeah, you see a lot of these guys not really following the inside line, which shows you that's not necessarily the fastest path. Well, it might be the shortest, but not necessarily the fastest. Tell you,
like if I was running on a track like this, I'd be running out into lane 2. I'd rather keep my stride nice and long versus having to cut it short.
Yeah, just try to keep that speed up as much as you can.
Concord looking to pass it off in first again. Good handoff as they clear the zone. Keene and South. So everyone with some clean handoffs. And I tell you, people running on the outside makes it extremely hard to pass. And it's not like they're doing it strategy-wise, where sometimes outdoor you see it more of as a strategy as they float out. This they're just doing to keep that speed up.
Yeah, it's a little hard. You're coming off the corner. You want to swing wide, but then the person in front of you swings wide. So, you know, do you cut back inside, it kind of messes up your stride, and then hard to catch people when you're back and forth in between the lanes like that.
Final exchange, Concord coming through, 2:03. Keene just a tick behind them, followed by South.
Keene actually catching Concord here. I don't know if there's enough real estate.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging. I think Concord's got it right here.
Yeah, maybe in a 400, they might have had him, but
400 we might get a piano, but not such is the case, although Keene is making this a race. Wow, what a great little kick.
that was real close.
Concord, Keene, South. And again, with 2 lanes running outside, man, that's a lot of craziness that can occur there. So with that, once again, this is NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runners Alley. All our results from today you can find at NorthstarTiming.com. This has been your 2022 Hampshire Dome Championship. All these teams competed all season long, coming to the Dome, getting qualifying marks to be here. And we saw a lot of great performances today, some great looking PRs as well. And with that, I think this is our last indoor coverage, so we're looking forward to getting back outside. We'll see you in the spring.